Hello, and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. Before we start with our show, I acknowledge that I am currently in London, Ontario, which sits on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape, and Shinanton peoples. I am very grateful and appreciative to the Indigenous peoples and their ancestors for being able to call this land my home. It is important that we show our gratitude for the ability to live and play on these lands. I also thank and acknowledge my ancestors for the many sacrifices they have made, which has allowed me to be here today. We have an interesting show for you today. From the London Fire Department, to artists, to farmer markets, to entrepreneurs, we have something for everyone. Did you know that the London Fire Department is celebrating 150 years this year? The London Fire Department began service on April 1st, 1873, and has been serving Londoners ever since. The equipment, apparatus, and personnel have changed over the years, but the ongoing commitment to keeping Londoners safe remains the same. Acting Fire Chief Richard Hayes is here to tell us about this wonderful milestone. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
No problem. So congratulations, 150 years.
Yes, it's quite extraordinary when you stop to think about 150 years when firefighters have been ready to serve the citizens of London 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for
holidays.
150 years. It's amazing.
Yes, and we've evolved a little bit since 150 years ago.
Yes, for sure. So if you go back earlier in time, you'd remember from your watching intently as a child with these different historical films where there would be a bucket brigade, and I remember seeing them on Little House on the Prairie and things like that. You know, you have these bucket brigades, and today we've got, moving into technology that's integrated with battery-operated things, and even a demonstration of a fully battery-operated fire truck this past week. So it's quite extraordinary.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. And then last week, or when was the big celebration?
So we had a kickoff for our 150-year celebration on Friday, and we had dignitaries, our retirees, a good contingent of retired folks were there, our current staff, and special guests came for it was quite a splendid afternoon to share with those people to kick off our 150-year events.
Yes, and it's a kickoff, so what's coming up?
Well, excitingly, hopefully many things throughout the year, but our next big event is June 10th, and that is going to be at the Earl Nichols Arena, and there's going to be something for everybody there. There's kids' activities. There's going to be food trucks, that draws everybody. UNESCO singers, there's going to be our antique apparatus and equipment that's going to be on showcase. Our special teams are going to be showcasing how they do their job today. So there's going to be a lot of different opportunities for everybody. So please mark it on your calendar and come for a visit.
That's amazing. And you mentioned that firefighters 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or 365 days a year, for 150 years. How can Londoners show appreciation to the dedicated men and women that
Well, we don't ask for much. So, that certainly is a loaded question for us. You can ask anybody that's a part of the fire service, and it's our desire to serve. And, and that's been that way since day one. People have been part of that. Back in the early schedules, it was, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day service, but they went home for about 3 hours a day for a rest break, and they worked the remainder, and that's changed over time to the schedule that we have today. But everybody's in this to serve the public and to serve, to make sure people are safe.
Yeah. And how can Londoners support the fire department in making sure that we all stay safe? Well,
there's definitely is public education efforts that we try to promote, and the biggest cause of fires in Ontario today are kitchen fires. So if you are cooking, then stay with what it is that you're preparing, and don't just leave it, right. Because that is a great cause of fire. And candles is another one, and make sure that you're not leaving candles unattended and things of that nature. So it's very important if you've got heat sources is to make sure you're managing it appropriately.
Because those are the biggest ones, and they're also the most preventable.
Absolutely, and sometimes you can see that in the outcomes of a fire and the destruction that it causes and the heartache that comes with that, especially if people are injured. And you know, it resonates with people when they make that mistake. So
definitely. Now, 150 years ago, you were fighting fires, but now the fire department does more than just fight fires. What else do they do?
Well, I mean, we're specially trained in rescuing people in multiple different sources or forms, motor vehicle collisions. We're there to protect not only the people in the vehicle, but the environment as well. And then we also extricate the people or move the vehicle away from the trapped people in order to free them from the wreckage. We do water and ice rescue, hazardous materials responses, you know, tech rescue where somebody might be trapped in a confined space, or a window cleaner on a window platform, and you know, anything like that. You know, we're kind of like, if nobody else will do it, call us, we'll handle it.
The cat in the tree.
Yeah. It'll come down.
Well, thank you so much, truly, for everything that you and the people, your colleagues, everything that you do.
Yeah,
because you do help keep us safe.
It's quite extraordinary, and thank you for your time today.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. I wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
I'm for have a hold on one at 15.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive so.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back. We are so excited to share that Pacheco Theatre is returning this spring with the timeless classic, The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams. Have you heard of this production before? The Glass Menagerie is a memory play told to the audience by Tom Wingfield, a merchant marine who looks back on the Depression years he spent with his overbearing Southern genteel mother and his sickly sister, who is tasked with finding a partner. Sounds interesting? Let's meet John Pacheco, the artistic director of Pacheco Theatre, to learn more. And Dinah, how are you?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm the faded Southern belle.
Oh,
mother.
You're the mother. So tell us more about this production. It sounds very interesting.
It absolutely is. I read this play a while back, and after reading it, I just couldn't help but want to do it. And it takes place in 1937 in St. Louis in a very small, confined apartment with the Wingfield family, who also represents the life story of Tennessee Williams, and where he grew up and how he grew up. And it's a pretty tragic story too, because Amanda Wingfield, played by Dinah, is trying to find her daughter, Laura Wingfield, a gentleman caller to help her.
Just trying to find her a life.
Exactly.
Because the poor girl is just paralyzed by nerves, and not literally, but she's just so nervous. And there's a sort of the struggle, like, is the mother character a villain for pushing her, or is she a savior by trying to pull her up?
Right.
And it's an interesting there's a lot of ways of looking at it.
Yeah, and so Tom, Tennessee Williams, is struggling just the same because he hates where he is. He hates living where he does. He hates his job. He's at work all the time writing poetry, writing poems, writing short stories. Hence is how the Glass Menagerie came about when he was working at a warehouse shoe factory with his father, whom he hated as well. And so it's the struggle of the Wingfield family. Tom wanting to get away, to get out and be on his own. Amanda wanting to find someone for Laura so that whenever she does pass, Laura's taken care of. And before Tom leaves, she wants his help. And he's struggling because he wants to help Laura, but he hates to be where he is. He hates being where he is.
Yeah. Such a common, I'm a psychotherapist as well. And so it's like a common story.
Yes.
I hate what I do, but I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing to remember about this play is it's also very funny. There's a lot of humor in it. There's, I mean, because like after the first read through, I thought, well, wait a minute, there is a lot of goofiness in here. And so we've been having a lot of fun mining that out too. And we make each other laugh a lot at rehearsal.
Yeah, there's a lovely scene where Tom and Amanda are on the fire escape, just attached to their very small apartment where Tom basically goes to escape, if you will, and smokes. He smokes a lot. And it's that scene where Tom is telling Amanda, his mother, that he has found a gentleman caller, at least a friend that he works with, whom he has said to him, would you like to come over for dinner? That's it. Doesn't tell him anything else.
Of course not. Why get into the details?
So he's basically, telling Amanda, hey, I found someone, He's going to come over, and by the way, he's coming over tomorrow.
So when does the play start? When do we?
So the play runs from June 1st to June 10th at Procunier Hall, which is located at the Palace Theatre, 710 Dundas Street in London. And evening shows are at 7:30 p.m. and we have a Sunday matinee, one Sunday matinee, which will be at 2 p.m.
Nice, awesome. So what else can we expect to see in this play?
Oh, it's outrageous. There's crazy things going on. And it's a lovely, intimate space. We're very excited to be doing it in the Procunier Hall rather than in the main stage because it is so intimate, this play. I mean, as a psychotherapist, you can appreciate how much there is going on, how many layers there are.
Yeah, and so with that intimacy, the whole show takes place in the apartment. So the only time they leave the apartment is to go to the fire escape, which is attached. So we get a sense of how confined everything is. And so, thank you, that's the word I was looking for. And so the audience is literally sitting on top of this, if you will. And so, and there's also a lot of recall in the show from Tennessee Williams about music in the play, because Amanda Wingfield, she plays the Victrola, the old phonograph player, as memories of her father, of these records that he left behind.
That was Laura, not Amanda.
Sorry,
Laura,
my apologies.
Daughter.
Laura, the daughter does. And so what I decided to do was, because there's mention of fiddle music playing in the show, so we have a live fiddle player who will be playing while the actors are engaging on stage during certain speeches and certain scenes.
It's an extraordinary effect. I've never worked with anything like this before, and it's so cool. And he's been attending rehearsals. He is like part of the action.
He is part, yeah. So he's kind of like our fifth cast member.
It sounds exciting. Sounds like it's going to be an amazing production.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Well, everybody better go get their tickets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, exactly.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Monday. Hi, my name is Eleanor Gabru. I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome to Treat Yourself on Rogers TV, where Terry and I go out to local salons and spas and have services done on us so that we can tell you all about them.
So that you can treat yourself.
watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Did you know about the new farmers market? Well, there is a new BIPOC-led farmers market committed to promoting diversity and inclusivity in the local food ecosystem. Vendors of all backgrounds are welcome, and it is believed that this market will provide a platform for small businesses and entrepreneurs to showcase their locally grown and produced products. Let's learn more. Welcome, Miriam.
Yeah. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Please tell us more about the market.
The market started 2021 when we happened to be going to another farmers market just outskirts of London, and then looking at the hustle with the 4 kids, you know, going back and forth. And then I think one of the days coming back from the market, I think it rained, it blew off our tents and stuff like that. Oh. So after the whole event, we were heading home, and then we're like, come to think about it, there's nothing in the west end of town. You know, what's there? And we started looking, and we realized there's something east, there's something north. You know, there's absolutely nothing, even in south or in the east, in the west side of town. And then we started, so where can we have a farmer's market? You know, that would be different. You know, that would be not something different from the usual. And then one of the days we were taking my children to school, and then just passing by the parking lot of Westmount Mall, and then my husband said, there at the parking lot. And
so when someone visits this farmers market, what could they expect to see?
Actually quite a bit, because having 4 children, one of the things we want to walk into is actually the kids zone. Yeah, we're going to have a kids zone, and then we also have just a place also for moms with little babies where they can change, because sometimes, you know, young families, young mothers want to go to all these places, but then you're worried you have to change your baby. They might, you know, the diapers might be wet. There's no place, especially because it's an open place, everyone. So we put that into consideration, that it will really be one particularly family focus, you know, where people can come, you know, feel comfortable, you know, hang around. And for the kids zone, you come leave your child for an hour so that you can come explore, and the kids would have where to play, they have things, we have crayons, you know, for that 1 hour that you take and look around the market and, you know, see things, you know, eat food and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so it's freshly grown foods, right? Locally sourced?
Yes, actually, and one of our focus is actually to get like young farmers, especially those who are not able to get into either of the markets across London. They can come to us. And more, I think one of the ideas that we also want to put out there is, you know, for people, because I remember there's a friend of mine who did a small garden, and she had actually a lot of produce, and she had so much that she shared, and she still had. So if you want to have a table for, like, you know, to come and sell what you have produced from your home, you also have an opportunity. Well, mostly it's for young farmers who are also looking for space to sell what they want. And it's not just young farmers, we would have artisans, so it's a mix of everything. Also people cooking food as well. So
there's cooked food, there's the fresh produce food, and did you say artisans
as well? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds wonderful. Yes. And on top of all of that, there's a place for the kids, so you can put the kids over there so that you can have an hour of peace.
Yeah.
And a place to change babies if you need to change babies and do what you need to do with your babies.
Yes.
So you literally thought of everything.
Yes. And then the reptilia is there, you know, I think it's a full family fun. Once you go out there, it's a place where I think you can literally just have fun, spend the whole day, enjoy, you know.
And so what days are they open and when?
Now we're opening with the we're open 3rd of June, and it's going to be from 9 to 1.
9 to 1?
Yeah, or 9 to 1 every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, so from June, it's going from June 3rd to October 28th.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Do you have questions about menopause and the menopause journey? We've got you covered. Join us for the Modern Woman's Menopause Show, and hopefully we can give you some answers. And of course, my friends, don't forget to sparkle.
When I grew up as a little boy, I wanted to be in sports broadcasting, and doing volunteering with Rogers TV allows the experience and the opportunity for me to chase my dreams, but also to achieve them at the local level, and that's why I chose to be with Rogers TV. I would say to those who are wanting to be an on-air talent is to focus on the little things, being able to work behind the scenes, but also be able to learn the craft, study hard, be prepared, and not be afraid of the camera, because sometimes when you get on the camera for the first time, being able to be a part of this London Nationals broadcast is certainly a great opportunity, and one that I certainly will never forget. For my advice, it's continue to be who you are, but also being able to work hard and chase your goals and what you want to be as a volunteer.
Most people that are have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Kirsty Leadham, the founder and owner of Hello Maker, is here today to tell us about the 1,500 square foot DIY studio and market that she just launched in the heart of Richmond Row this past March. Hello Maker is a sort of base camp for makers in and around the London area, where they offer a variety of creative workshops ranging from bath bombs to candle making and everything in between. The beautiful thing about this space is that it is ideal for local creatives, artists, and small businesses. Let's learn more. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. So before we started, I asked you a little bit about how it got started. And the story was very inspiring, so would you mind repeating it?
Yeah, so it all started from, I was a creative director for an online social media brand for 5 years, doing these tutorials, and I think we made over like 700 tutorials where I would physically make them, video producers would shoot it, and then there was a pandemic. I had a baby, so he's 3 now, so after a mat leave. After all of that, it was so important for me to just reconnect with community and meet people and make friends and like find that village we were all promised.
Yes.
And so to use like the skills that I had to do that, and Hello Maker was born.
Yeah. And so you were saying that you were looking around, and then all of a sudden one day it's like the heavens opened and...
That is literally how I would put it, yes. I looked constantly for commercial leases, where was the home of this place going to be? And one day I opened, the website, and there it was, and it's just a beautiful 1,500 square foot brick building. It's on the 2nd floor with an atrium, so the sun just pours in. You can open the balcony and it feels like you're outside. So dead of winter, it feels like you're on a tropical, wonderful vacation where there are crafts and all the supplies you could possibly want.
Nice. And you have 2 events that are coming up.
Yes. So we run 2 very important events that I want to mention. The first one being Hello Market. It's a very cute name. My sister came up with it. And we run a pop-up market. So we'll have 10 to 12 vendors in the studio the last Sunday of every month from 1 to 4. And it's all curated. There's always an experience. So we had a tarot card reader, a permanent jewelry specialist. We're doing a plant swap. and also like a food thing. So there will be coffee, donuts, whatever. And the second event that I wanted to mention was Open Studio, and this one's really, really important to me. It's a chance for everybody to just come and bring their work in progress, to come meet people, socialize, get feedback, get help sometimes, some coaching. And that's every Tuesday, 3 to 7. It's a pay what you can event, so we do run some donations and some fundraising here and there to help support that. But the community has been so warm and welcoming about that.
Awesome. That is awesome. And so who can participate? Who can come and enjoy this 1,500 square foot thing?
So absolutely everybody. So we have events for like moms with new babies, like anything 0 to 4. We've got programs for 3 to 6. We've got PD camps that we're introducing. So for the older age group, and then basically for all of our workshops, as long as you think you can follow the instructions and you can participate, you're welcome to come.
Nice. And is it specifically for visual artists, so artwork and things, or is there other forms of art as well in this space?
Yeah, so we branded under the name Maker. I don't have any background in fine art. Like, I am useless with an acrylic paint, but I try. Yeah, you don't have to be an artist, you don't have to be a maker. We'll teach you everything you need to know. And for every workshop, you leave with a finished product. So whether that's a candle, a wall hanging, you name it, you can make it.
So I can make my own art for my house?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, your own candle on the bedside table. You can make your own bath products, face masks. We do everything. So we're posting new workshops all the time. And we also have other people who come in and teach workshops. So some brands that you might know around London, like they might be teaching workshops. We've got someone doing like a floral arrangement with their own flowers from their flower farm. Hard scrabble blooms. So we've got so much different things going, and you can always just DM me and be like, hey, like I want to learn how to do this.
Amazing.
And we'll hook it up.
Sounds like a great space. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And good luck with the events.
Oh, thanks.
And that's a wrap. I want to thank all of our guests for being here today and ask that you please go and visit our guests' social media pages and or attend their events. I encourage you to also consider supporting their businesses to show your support. At the very least, like, comment, and share this episode with your networks to get the word out. Be well, take care, and I'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics. Today our guest is Jonathan Hollow, Yuri Poole of the McCartney years, the one and only Jim Chapman, Peter Brennan of Jeans and Classics fame. London Lights, Thursday at 8:30.
Online betting is booming. Booyah! Woo!